Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayane Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvāmanusandadhāmi Bhagavat Gīte Bhavadveshini. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yoginaha Yasyantanna Vidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om. TasmatYudhyasvaBharat. That is the title or topic of our retreat during this Memorial Day weekend. To the words of Lord Krishna addressed to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. TasmatYudhyasvaBharat. Tasmat, therefore. Bharata, hey Bharata. Hey Arjuna. One is born in the lineage of Bharata. Yudhyasva. May you, Yudhyasva, take up to Yuddha. May you take up to fight. May you fight this battle. TasmatYudhyasvaBharat. Hey Bharata, therefore, may you fight this battle. You should fight this battle. A very important and significant statement on the part of Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita addressed to Arjuna. Which Arjuna was it addressed to? Arjuna who said, Nayotsye. O Lord, Nayotsye, I will not fight this battle. Well, if Arjuna does not want to fight the battle, why should Lord Krishna persuade him to fight the battle? Is it that Lord Krishna has an agenda of his own? That he wants Arjuna to fight the battle? that Lord Krishna has to accomplish something personal? Or is this told to Arjuna simply to fulfill agenda of Arjuna? Everybody has an agenda. Lord Krishna is not supposed to have an agenda. Because Lord Krishna is, if nothing else, a wise person. He is in fact an avatar incarnation of Lord Narayana. But even if we set that aside right now, from the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita, it is very clear that Lord Krishna is a wise person. Who is a wise person? Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmanye vatmana tushta sthita prajnastadauchyate. A wise person also is called sthita prajna. Sthita sthira prajna yasya saha. One whose prajna, the wisdom. Sthita sthira is abiding. A person of abiding wisdom. Wisdom pertaining to what? Wisdom pertaining to the self. Wisdom pertaining to the reality of life. Yajñātvā nebhoy jñātavyam avashishyate. Knowing which nothing remains to be known. There is a knowledge, gaining which nothing remains to be known. The one who has that knowledge is a wise person. And what is the outcome of this wisdom? Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. Yada sarvan manogatan kaman prajahati. When one very well gives up the kaman, the desires arising in the mind, prajahati, prakarshena jahati. The desires are given up in an excellent manner. Meaning, the desires have gone and they do not come back. One whose mind is free from all the desires. Desire being a symptom or indication of ignorance. The wisdom or discarding of all the ignorance is explained as total freedom from desire or agenda. Desire can also be translated agenda. One who is free from all agenda. Because a personal agenda is an expression of need. And need is an expression of dependence, helplessness, inadequacy, ignorance. Therefore, the wise person is free from all agenda, all needs, all demands, all expectations. How come? He is free from all demands, expectations, needs. The same verse says, Atmaneva Atmana Tushtaha. Tushtaha, satisfied, contented. Contented with what? Atmaneva. Contented with one's own self. What is the reason for that contentment? Atmana tushtaha. Contented with oneself, by oneself. Meaning, contented with oneself without any reason. When can something happen without a reason? When that is a nature. The contentment with oneself without a reason is possible only when contentment is the nature of the self. Only one thing can be there without a reason, and that is the nature. Fire is hot without a reason. Sun is bright without a reason. Ice is cold without a reason. That is called nature, for which there is no reason. The wise person is contented with the self, with his own self, her own self, without a reason. Because contentment, satisfaction, happiness, wholeness, completeness, limitlessness is the nature of the self. Ideally, each one of us should be contented, really. Contentment or ananda, wholeness, completeness, is not only the nature of the wise person, it is the nature of the self. It's your nature and my nature. Now, ideally, we should also be content. But we know that we are not. Something deprives us of that contentment, happiness, wholeness, which is our nature. And that is called ignorance. So when the ignorance is removed in the wake of knowledge, one discovers contentment as one's own nature. And that wise person who abides in the knowledge, sthita prajnastadochyate, he abides in that knowledge. He is the most qualified person to impart knowledge also. So Lord Krishna, whether we accept him as incarnation of Lord Narayana or not, is certainly one who abides in the wisdom, who abides in contentment, self-satisfaction. Atmaneva atmanatushtaha. Without any reason. One is free from all the needs, expectations, desires, agenda. The purpose behind this long explanation of the state of mind of Lord Krishna or any teacher of Vedanta, any wise person, let us put it this way, is freedom from agenda. Therefore, whatever Lord Krishna would have said to Arjuna would not be motivated by a personal agenda of the teacher of Lord Krishna. Meaning that Lord Krishna has nothing to gain. He has already gained whatever has to be gained. In case of a wise person, the wise person has gained whatever needs to be gained because of knowledge. In case of an incarnation, the Lord is born with that contentment, born with that knowledge. In any case, the wise person is free from all the agenda, all expectations, all needs. Therefore, when Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, TasmatYudhyasvaBharat, Hey Bharata, hey Arjuna, therefore you should fight this battle. That statement could not be because Lord Krishna has some vested interest. In Arjuna's fighting the battle. Some people do believe that the purpose of the teaching of Bhagavad Gita is because Lord Krishna wanted to accomplish this battle. He has an agenda. Paritrāṇaya sadhūnāṃ vināṣāya duṣkratāṃ. To protect the sadhus, protect the virtuous people. Vināṣāya duṣkratāṃ. For destroying the evil. To protect the goodness by destroying the evil. For what purpose? Dharma samsthapanarthaya. Dharma samsthapana arthaya. For establishing dharma, righteousness, harmony in the society, harmony in the universe. So yes, that is the agenda that the incarnation avatara has. And that agenda of Lord Krishna of destroying the evil in the form of Kauravas, Dhritarashtra's would not be accomplished if Arjuna does not fight the battle. Then force of evil but continue to be strong and we become stronger. So one might think Lord Krishna has an agenda of his own in persuading Arjuna to fight the battle. So when Lord Krishna says, TasmatYudhyasvaBharat, hey Bharata, therefore may you fight this battle. Therefore, because if you do not fight the battle, what will happen to my purpose, my cause? Vinashaya dushkritam. These evil-minded people will thrive and create further havoc in the society, in the world. And therefore you should fight. That could be tasma, one reason for tasmat. Therefore. But then, the scriptures do not think so. We do not think that Lord Krishna requires Arjuna's help to accomplish his purpose. Arjuna also had this notion that without me, how can this battle be fought? Without me, how can the purpose of destroying the evil, how can it be accomplished without me? So on one hand, Arjuna had a little pride and therefore guilt also. When pride is there, guilt is most likely to be there. Pride is when we take the ownership of what is done. I am the warrior. I am going to fight this battle. I should have the credit for the victory, the result of this battle. I'll be victorious. And then Arjuna also thinks simultaneously, for that victory, I will kill these people, my kith and kin, my near and dear ones. I will be their killer. Nihatya dhata rashtraN. Swajanmi katam hatva. I'll be the killer, the destroyer of Swajanam, my own near and dear ones, the descendants of Dhritarashtra. Aho batamahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam. What a pity, O Lord, that we are determined to fight this battle and kill. Yad rajyasya khalobena hantum swajanam udyataha. Udyataha, we are all ready. Swajanam hantum, to destroy our swajana, destroy our kith and kin. For what? Yad rajya sukha lobhena. The lobha, the greed of rajya, of kingdom, and sukha, of luxury and power and happiness and pleasure. Now Arjuna sees, aho, but how pitiable it is, how sad it is. Arjuna has a sense of guilt. Because he thinks that he will be the agent of fighting this battle. We'll talk about that. It's called kartrutvam, sense of doership. If the battle could not be accomplished without the participation of Arjuna, without Arjuna doing what he is appointed to do, then yes, we have to conclude that Lord Krishna's purpose of protecting the good and destroying the evil could not be accomplished without Arjuna. In that case, Lord Krishna would have a purpose, a hidden agenda of motivating Arjuna to fight, so that his, Lord Krishna's hidden agenda would be accomplished. To remove this doubt, that Arjuna's sense of guilt, to remove that, in the Bhagavad Gita further, we see in the 11th chapter Lord Krishna displaying his cosmic form. Very soon is Vishwatma, the self of all. And Lord Krishna himself declares, Kalosmi lokakshayakrit pravriddha. Arjuna asks Lord Krishna, who are you who presented yourself before me in this terrible frightening form? What's the purpose? Kalosmi. I'm the very principle of Kala, the death. Lokakshayakrit pravriddha. Lokakshayakrit kalaha. And the death which is going to destroy all the people and everything that is here. Lokan samahartum iha pravrittaha. I'm engaged, I'm ready to destroy, kill all the people. And both the armies. Maya vaite nihita purvameva. Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, all these warriors and both the armies, nihataha, are killed. Purvam, already. Maya eva, by me alone. Here, Arjuna, all the warriors in both the armies that you see arrayed in front of you and behind you, they are already killed by me, already killed, purvameva. Arjuna is stunned. They're already killed? What do I have to do? Tasmat tamuttishta yasho labhasva. Here Arjuna, you are chosen for gaining yashaha, for fame and glory. The world will think that Arjuna killed these unconquerable warriors such as Bhishma and Drona. Your fame will spread in all the three worlds. You are chosen for that purpose. And therefore, here Arjuna, the people in both the armies are not going to survive. Even without you fighting the battle, nobody is going to survive. Because they are already killed by me. You are only going to kill those who are already killed. Meaning they are really speaking, Arjuna's action is of no consequence at all in the whole cosmic scheme of things. Nimittamatram. Except that what Arjuna does, or did, or whatever we do, is all nimitta. Is just instrumental. We're like instruments in the hands of the Lord. He does things. The world sees the instruments. And world thinks that instruments do that. You and I do things. We're all nimitta matram, merely nimitta, merely instruments in the hands of the Lord. Vrte vitvam na bhavishyanti sarve eva sthitaha pratyanikeshu yodhaha. Rupeditva, even without you also. All the warriors who are assembled in both armies, na bhavishyanti, they are not going to be there. Meaning that, as far as the battle is concerned, as far as the purpose of protecting the good, destroying the evil is concerned, Lord Krishna himself accomplishes that purpose. He doesn't need anybody. However, the whole setup is created to follow the rules of Vyavahara. Vyavahara means our day-to-day transactions. We are based on certain rules or laws, and therefore those rules, laws are followed. And therefore the whole setup is created. But ultimately, is Lord alone who is the doer. That I may have notion that I am the doer. It's a notion. Meaning that Lord Krishna could not have an agenda of persuading Arjuna to fight the battle, because the desired end could not be accomplished without Arjuna. That could not be the purpose. Arjuna is not needed to accomplish any end. He was chosen to get the fame, Because that's the most important for Kshatriya. Therefore, in saying TasmatYudhyasvaBharat, therefore, hey Bharata, may you fight this battle. That could not be for accomplishing any agenda on the part of Lord Krishna, the teacher. Then this is said to fulfill whose agenda? The only one whose agenda needs to be fulfilled is Arjuna. We already said that is a wise person who doesn't have an agenda. That's called freedom. Moksha. In simple words, moksha or liberation is freedom from agenda. Lord Krishna has no agenda. No agenda whatever in motivating Arjuna to fight the battle. Therefore, this must have been told to Arjuna to accomplish agenda of Arjuna. Arjuna has agenda like you and I. The immediate agenda that Arjuna has or had was to gain victory in this battle. That Arjuna had that agenda becomes clear from the description provided in the Bhagavad Gita itself. As we know very well, Arjuna is the owner of the chariot, the rider of the chariot. Lord Krishna is the driver, the charioteer. Someone like Lord Krishna can willingly accept to be a driver, a servant. That itself shows that Lord Krishna is from all self-consciousness, all self-pride. Therefore, when Arjuna requested Lord Krishna, would he kindly become his charioteer? Lord Krishna has no problem, no hesitation. Sure, I will become your charioteer. Who are you to ask me to become your servant? No. That is what is required, that's what I will become. That shows freedom. So Lord Krishna is the charioteer, Sarathi, the driver. Arjuna is Swami, the master. At one point, Arjuna requests Lord Krishna, you can say orders Lord Krishna, Senayor bhayor madhye ratham sthapayamechyuta. Hey Arjuna, hey Archuta, O Lord Krishna, me ratham sthapaya. Please place my chariot. Me ratham, my chariot. Senayoho ubhayoho madhye. Between the two armies. please place my chariot between the two armies. This statement clearly shows Arjuna is a master, Lord Krishna is a servant. And Arjuna also explains or expresses the reason. What's the reason, Arjuna? The battle is already declared. The conches are blown. All the warriors are ready with their weapons. And it starts with Arjuna. Once he shoots the arrow, then the battle will start. But Arjuna, before shooting the arrows, wants to do something. Yavadetan nirikshayam yoddukaman avasthitan. O Lord Krishna, please place my chariot between the two armies in a location where I can see everybody. And place the chariot as long as I can see everybody. Yavadetan nirikshayam. Yavat, so that I can see them, as long as I can see them. Yuddu kaman avasthitan. All those who have assembled here with a desire to fight the battle. I want to see them. He knows them. I still wants to have a last minute survey, I guess. Kairmaya sayudhavya asmin rana samudyame. Who are those with whom I have to fight in this battlefield? You only know. Dhatarashtrasya durbuddhe yuddhe priyachikir shavaha. See all those people assembled here to please Dhritarashtra, please Duryodhana. Knowing fully well that Duryodhana stands for adharma. He is a felon in Atatai. He has perpetrated all the crimes of an Atatai of a felon. Very well known. Very well known that Yudhishthira and Pandavas, they stand for dharma, righteousness. Very well known. And therefore, when you make a decision as to whose side to join, any righteous person will join the side of righteousness of Yudhishthira, of Pandava. And many people did. But interestingly enough, even at that time also, many more people joined the side of unrighteousness, adharma. We know that Pandava's army was 7 Akshauhini and Kaurava army was 11 Akshauhini. So more than 1.5 times people joined Kauravas. Knowing fully well that Duryodhana is a felon, an Atatai, a dushta, an evil-minded person. But still, they chose to join him. Arjuna is quite upset about it. धातराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेः युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः. They want to favor Duryodhana by fighting battle from his side. That is what creates excitement in Arjuna. I want to see them. All these words of Arjuna shows that he is strongly motivated to fight the battle. Because it's very clear that he and Pandavas stand for dharma, righteousness, and Kauravas and their army, they stand for adharma, unrighteousness. And it is the duty of a Kshatriya to fight adharma. Not just fight. Resistance to evil. The duty of Kshatriya is to protect the society. Protect dharma. Protect righteousness. Usually, it is accomplished by following dharma and making people follow dharma. But there are times when the force of adharma has become so strong that they are about to overpower the force of dharma. Meaning dharma, righteousness, has become too weak, unable to protect itself and protect the society. That is when the Kshatriya has to step in. He must take the side of dharma and resist the evil. Resist the forces of adharma. That is the primary duty of a Kshatriya. Not just yuddha, not just fighting. Fighting for the right cause. That is what a Kshatriya stands for. And that is what Arjuna expresses in those words. That I want to see those forces of evil with whom I have to fight. I guess to gain a final motivation, a boost in motivation. So these words clearly express or show that Arjuna is self-motivated to fight this battle. Not that in the beginning Lord Krishna has to persuade Arjuna to come to battlefield and fight the battle. It is the initiative of Arjuna to come to the battlefield and fight the battle. Arjuna is self-motivated. At this point, he does not need to be told to fight the battle. He is ready to fight the battle himself. That is the situation. If this continued, the battle would have begun and whatever is destined would have happened. But something happened. as ordered by Arjuna. Lord Krishna did bring the chariot and placed it between the two armies. Bhishma Drona Pramukhatah Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam. Bhishma Drona Pramukhatah. In a location where Arjuna could see clearly Bhishma and Drona. Anyesham cha Mahikshitam. And other kings were assembled there to fight the battle, which is what Arjuna wanted. That is what the obedient charioteer Lord Krishna did. Uvacha partha pashetan samavetan kuruniti. Lord Krishna did say one sentence. The whole of the first chapter of the Gita. Lord Krishna did say one sentence. Uvacha. Lord Krishna said, Partha pasya etan kuruniti. Samavetan kurun. Hey Partha, hey Arjuna, pashyasi. Etan samavetan kurun. Kurun, the descendants of Kuru. Kauravas. Samavetan, those are assembled here. Pashya, may you see them? This much Lord Krishna did say. Hey Partha, hey Arjuna, may you please see the Kauravas who are assembled here. Kauravas also include Pandavas, really. Kaurava means a descendant of Kuru. And both what we call Pandavas and Kauravas are descendants of Kuru. So really speaking, the word Kaurava also includes Pandavas. Later on the division of Pandava Kaurava came, where the sons of Pandu were called Pandavas. And sons of Dhritarashtra should have been called Dharatarashtras. They are called Kauravas. But otherwise, the word Kaurava also includes Pandavas. Samavetan kuruniti pasya. Here Arjuna, may you see Sarve, all the descendants of Kuru assembled here. Is it these words that did something to Arjuna? It's a matter of speculation. Some kind of transformation took place in Arjuna. Lord Krishna said these words. And then Sanjaya further describes. Tatra pasya sthitan partha pitrun atha pitamahan. Tatra sthitan partha pasyat. Partha Arjuna saw those who were assembled there, those who were standing there. Pitrun atha pitamahan. He saw his maternal uncles, paternal uncles, his grandfathers. Putran, Pautran, Sakhim Sata. the sons, grandsons, friends, Swasuran, Suhrudaha, the in-laws, the well-wishers. That's what Arjuna saw. So what's wrong with that? In fact, these people were there in both the armies. Not only in the Kaurava army, in both the armies, his friends and cousins and maternal uncles, paternal uncles, grandfathers, sons, cousins. Acharyan, Matulan, his teachers, Bhratran, brothers, cousins. Senayor, Ubhayorapi, in both the armies. So we can see the description has changed. Just a while ago, those who were Dhartarashtrasya durbuddhe yuddhe priyachikirshavaha, those who have assembled here to favor Durbuddhi, Duryodhana, by siding with him. So that was a perception Arjuna had a little while ago about these people. And now Arjuna's own perception has changed. Tatra pasyasthitan partha pitrun atha pitamahan. No, Partha saw Pitrun, his paternal uncles, Pitamahan, his grandfathers, Acharyan, the teachers. It's interesting. Formerly, the Pitamahan like Bhishma, Acharyan like Drona, Bhratrun, cousins like Duryodhana and others, were all Durbuddhehe Dhartarashtrasya. They were all siding with the evil-minded Duryodhana on the side of adharma, and therefore they were fit to be fought with and killed. That was the perception a little while ago. And now the perception has changed. Not that the grandfathers and teachers were not there earlier. They were there, same people. But same people were perceived by him as those who are favoring the evil-minded Duryodhana, and those who deserve to be fought with. People are the same. There was a perception a little while ago, and now the perception has changed. You see same people in a different way. Svasuran, Surudaseva, Senayor Ubhayorapi, Tan Samikshasa Kaunteya, Sarvan Bandhun Avastitan. Seeing these people, Bandhun, his brothers, relatives, friends. So those who earlier were seen as evil-minded people are now seen as bandhun, as brothers, as cousins, as my people. People are the same, understand? People haven't changed. The perception has changed. We must remember here, that we always respond to a situation depending upon our perception. If perception changes, our response changes. Here also perception changed, and so response also changed. Drashtvevam svajanam Krishna yuyutsam samupasthitam. Hey Krishna, seeing this svajana, my near and dear ones, yutsum samupasthitam, seeing them assembled to fight the battle, seeing my near and dear ones, my kith and kin, sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishusyati. Now response is different. His state of mind and body is different. Formerly all excitement and readiness to fight the battle with these people. As a perception change, he says, "Oh Lord, my limbs are becoming loose. Mukham cha parishusyati, my mouth is becoming very dry. Bepatuscha sharire me roma harshasya jayate. My body is trembling, I have horripilations. Gandivam sramsate hastat, my Gandiva is slipping from my hand. I see evil omens. I am not able to stand. By change of perception, Arjuna's state of mind and body completely changed. As a different Arjuna. Who says, Nayotse, I will not fight. So we should remember, who is Arjuna? Who is the Arjuna? To whom Lord Krishna says, TasmatYudhyasvaBharat. Therefore, he Bharata, may you fight the battle. It is this Arjuna. We'll continue in the next class. See you later. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeri Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.